Yes, yes, people, we are live. We are live. It's a great day. It's a
Hmm.
great day. Trust me. When the news broke through, I had smiles, all smiles, man. How are you guys doing, Gian, Agustia? What a great day, isn't it? See
It
the
doesn't
news.
affect me, but I'm happy you're happy, bro. Like, go off. Like,
Ten Hag is finally gone. We're finally free from this mess, man. Agustia, what are you saying, bro?
Well, seems like an average Monday, right?
hmm.
Nothing more. I don't think anything special happened, did it, Ekavin?
Yeah, bro. We sacked the manager, and it's not special, isn't it?
I mean,
It's
isn't it just a random bald guy losing his job? Like, what's the big deal about that? Come on.
It is what it is, bro. I mean, people, anyone in the chat, please like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Leave your comments and in the chat so we can read out and we can discuss. But first, obviously, the massive breaking news: Erik Ten Hag's been sacked. Uh, I just want to know what are your thoughts? I guess yeah, I'll come to you first since you're a fan. What are your thoughts on the whole Ten Hag and thing? Do you think it's do you think it was too late? Do you think it was? Do you think do you think the news broke through on a life? For example, last 2 weeks we were Ten Hag out like completely, right? Like international break. He should have been gone. Like
Mm.
completely.
Yeah,
He should have been gone in that time only. Like you had 2 weeks to prepare, get yourself a new manager by then.
yeah.
Because then now also another breaking news, we'll get onto that in a minute. Just what are your thoughts of the whole situation and say your shit, bro. Go on.
So, for those who have watched the show a lot, I think everyone knows my thoughts. I think Ten Hag has stayed a year too long. To answer your question, yes, it is late, but better late than never. Because this was
Yeah.
spiraling out of control completely. And the fact that after 10 games, basically in November, United are tinkering towards the bottom of the league, towards the relegation zone, that is like beyond unfathomable. What I would say also is, again, if you look at it from a monetary standpoint, no manager was invested to the extent that Ten Hag was. He was backed far more than Mourinho and Van Gaal with his signings. He got almost every signing that he wanted. And despite all of that, it only got worse and worse and worse, not just from a performance standpoint, but from a result standpoint. So it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. It was not a matter of if, it was a matter of when. I think it should have realistically happened last year after we
Mm.
were knocked out of the Champions League,
Mhm.
because already then it was really untenable. You saw no growth, no progress on the pitch and off the pitch. Again, the rhetoric did not match United. It matched Macclesfield, or a club that, happy to be there instead of wanting to win. So
Mm.
again, look, it's nice to see that he's sacked, but even though he is sacked, I would still be cautious in saying we're back, because the club
Yeah. Of course, of
didn't
course, of
acquire.
course.
But no, good, had to
I
happen, right?
I hear you because like, bro, we've been waiting for this moment for so long, man. Like honestly, you and I have been on going on shows. We've been talking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks. Like, why didn't he get sacked in the summer? Obviously, why didn't he? Because LVG got sacked for less than this. He finished fifth in an FA Cup. I would have much rather given LVG another year. If you want to give Ten Hag another year, then where's the justice for Louis Van Gaal then? Because he should have gotten another year, right? But yeah, I agree. I think it's 10. I think it's 10 months way too late, man. The guy, if we're being real, right? As a football club, right? You wouldn't accept a 7-0 loss to your biggest rivals. Personally, he should have been gone since then,
Mm.
right? I'm thinking about it now, right? Because then the 7-0 had dampened us so much. We've gotten a lot worse since that 7-0. Since we won that League Cup, right? And ever since we lost 7-0 to Liverpool, everything just fell apart. We weren't getting consistent results. We lost games back to back, like we wouldn't often do that year. We were also conceding goals quite easily. The next season came, everything just the team showed their true colors. Ten Hag showed his true colors of who he was as a manager, and we were just getting worse and worse and worse. But yeah, again, what are your thoughts on like Ten Hag and like obviously like the situation, how it unraveled?
Well,
What are your
obviously,
thoughts, bro?
it's time for him to leave. I mean, I didn't watch United yesterday. I was at the bridge at the same time it was going on, but I saw the result and I thought this could well be it. this is really getting embarrassing now for United to be where
Yeah.
they're at in the table. And I was a bit surprised, but not really. I agree 100% with the timing. You had the international break to do it. You didn't do it then. I think it shows me that Ineos is not as, forward
Efficient.
thinking and efficient and put together as they pretend to be. They're not. They're also, clutching at straws, trying to do whatever they can to keep the club afloat, which is not ideal. It's actually quite bad. It's a bad look for them. But look, all that matters now is who you appoint after this. That's
Right.
really all that matters. And if you don't mind me chucking some candidates out, I know the
Go
news
on.
has a candidate. It's in the title of the stream. But if it was me, I think the best candidate on the planet now for United is going to be impossible to get because he's in a job. But it's Simone Inzaghi at Inter.
Ooh, yes.
If you could
Trust
get
me.
him, would be right back in contention to win league titles, like immediately. And he's kind of the best at like immediately turning a team around, immediately getting the success, immediately pushing you back up the table.
My
The issue
first
there
choice, yeah. Sorry.
It's English is the only issue. But
Right.
in terms of his ability as a manager, there's no doubt that he is absolutely the best option. But it'll be hard to get him. And then my other wild card option that I recommend to you guys is Kieran McKenna. Like,
Wow.
you invest in Kieran McKenna, he can be your next Sir Alex Ferguson. So you should do that.
I wouldn't say next to Alex Ferguson. I wouldn't go that far, but okay,
if you invest in him, time.
I
I'd
hear
buy.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying about Ineos inefficient, but the way they've sacked the manager and gone and hired and potentially hiring the next manager, Ruben Amorim, right away, is efficient enough, right? What we've done with Ineos is cool. We've made shrewd, efficient signings. I think our summer signings have not been bad. I'm not gonna go into them too much. For me, they have not been an issue. The biggest issue for me is where Ineos have made decisions on stuff off the pitch. So you decide to keep Ten Hag, right? Cool. I'm not against that, obviously. But the thing is, yeah, why are we taking another 3 months to do it when you could have done it a long time ago? You spent 17 million to sack him. Cool. I don't care about spending 17 million, right? If it means getting him gone.
They made it more expensive to sack him by giving him a new contract for no reason.
Exactly.
Really stupid. Yeah,
it's a massive red flag, and I'm like, you've given other players new contracts. I don't know why Bruno Fernandes is getting a new contract. Nobody should be getting new contracts after last season. Last season was the worst ever Premier League season in United's history. No one should be getting new contracts unless your contract is running out. Literally, Bruno Fernandes' contract wasn't running out. Why is he getting a new contract? Why is he getting a bumper pay rise? It makes no sense. And cool, like my first choice for me, would have been Nagelsmann. That was my number one choice, right? But obviously, he's not going to leave Germany. You don't get that much of a privilege to manage Germany in a World Cup. So he's obviously going to take that. He's not going to leave Germany. He's managing his country to the World Cup.
I don't know. I mean, it's possible. He's very young. He'll definitely get the chance again.
I hear that. But the thing is, right?
When come around again, you might get the next appointment. I mean, I don't think.
No, but the thing is, right?
But I'd also say that United is so unstable at the moment. There is no structure and there's no coordination from top to bottom.
Yeah.
Is it really worth it for him? Let's say he does leave Germany, a blossoming team, a blossoming squad, comes to this unstable, erratic, awful environment, and he basically gets shafted. The board and him don't align on signings, and then does horribly well. Then that ruins his credibility, right? So is the trade-off even worth it?
My thing with United is we should be looking to sign a head coach rather than a manager, because the manager is more controls the squad and the people that works with him. A head coach has to work with what he has, and I think a head coach is best for what Ineos are as a board, because look, Ineos are they're footballing people. As much as we don't like them or not, they're footballing people, right? They're brought in footballing people. The best manager or the best possible person to work with Ineos would be a head coach, somebody that can take control of the squad rather than the overall scheme behind the scenes. Because the behind the scenes, you lead that to the board, right? And if the board's not doing a good job, you call it out as a fan base. As a fan base, we have to call it out, right? But if a manager is not doing his job properly, which he has not been doing properly for a long time now, we call it out. A lot of the fan base have been blindly backing this guy, and they've been giving him more time. People were thinking he's the next Fergie. No, he's not. The next Fergie, right, is somebody who can stabilize your team and take it to the next level. He's not done that. He's not stabilized anything. He's taken us down. He's taken us on a downward spiral. We are much worse than we were last season, right? Last season was our worst start ever to the Premier League. You've broken that record by a point less, right? So my point is, you can't keep a manager who's making you worse after your first season. That's a massive red flag right there, right? There's no, for me, in the modern day, you have to go with the flow. You can't just keep managers that are not you can't just keep managers on the job because you trust them. You can trust them, that's fine, but you call it out. Stop blindly backing things. You know what I'm saying? Because people have been so blind to what Ten Hag is doing, they don't look at the bigger picture. They just look at they blame injuries. They blame, but Ten Hag, but it's the players. No, it's the overall picture you have to look at. But yeah, obviously next week we're gonna move on to Ruben Amorim, like, because apparently the news is broken through, yeah, that he's gonna be that United are willing to pay the 10 million euro release clause. What are your thoughts on Ruben Amorim as a manager? Obviously, if you've seen him, if you've not, what do you think? What do you think he can come in and do? What do you think should be the plan for him now going forward? If he joins within like the next few days, right? Say he joins tomorrow or before the Carabao Cup on Wednesday. Yeah. What do you think he can do? What do you think he should be doing? Because for me, I think I'll come to myself in a minute. What do you guys think?
Yeah, so again, I don't know about you, Gyan, but I've not watched much of Sporting, so I'm not an expert on Amorim. Yeah. But from what I've heard and from, again, tactical analysis I've read, it seems to be a very interesting appointment. He seems to be much more aggressive, and the style of play will be more entertaining. He plays with a 3 at the back. His build-up is very, very direct. He's very fluid up top, but his system seems to be very one-dimensional. He seems to be, again, stubborn may not be the right word because that has negative connotation, but it's working at the moment. But he seems very stubborn to his style of play. So again, what we're going to get is a very aggressive, expansive, and progressive style of play, but it does have its flaws in transition. So is it a good appointment? For sure, because he definitely seems to be a far more versed coach than Erik ten Hag, not just tactically, but also from a man management standpoint. He seems very charismatic in interviews and press conferences. He seems like he can get a hold of players, but too many unknowns. I don't know much about him. I think whatever it is, it will definitely be entertaining.
Yeah, what are your thoughts?
He's a bigger risk than McKenna, frankly. I mean, y'all had the reaction to me suggesting McKenna. I think Amorim is a bigger risk because he's moving to a new country as well. What he's achieved is impressive. Yeah. It's impressive what he's done in the Portuguese league with Sporting, who are not typically, winning every season. I don't know how long the wait was between the last title they won and then him coming and doing it. And I just checked the table now. He's won all 9 of his opening 9 games, which is a very good start to his season. But look, it's nothing like what Mourinho did in Porto, where he won the Champions League and Europa League. In Europe, Amorim has not really shown to be excellent. He's been solid, but he's not shown himself to be excellent in Europe, which is where the real test would be of whether he's ready to coach in the Premier League. He hasn't passed that test so clearly that we can be confident about it. And I honestly think, and I'm not a Prem tard, but I honestly think what McKenna achieved, getting promoted with from League One to doing so well in the Championship and getting back-to-back promotions is probably more impressive. And he's been at United before. He knows the club. He knows the culture. He's been credited with a lot of good stuff by people who work there, like Mourinho and Solskjaer, said that he did a great job for them. If you're going to go with a long-term project-building manager, then McKenna is the obvious choice. If you're going with a short-term success manager, there isn't an obvious choice, and that's the issue. That's why I think
the thing is Ruben Amorim. One thing about Ruben Amorim is that he's a young manager, right? He's a manager that has a lot to learn. I don't want learning on the job because you're managing one of the biggest clubs in the world, right? Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world by name and by history, right? But the thing is, if you can come in and make an instant impact right away, then that's where I make my judgment. Because you're going to one of the biggest clubs in the world, you need to make you need to make a statement, right? Start by going on a run and see what your approach is in the transfer windows, because the transfer windows is where I also judge managers. What your profile of player is, what you look for in a player, what you want, what your style of football is, what do you want to achieve, right? Because obviously he hasn't joined yet, so I can't fully make my judgment. But as it stands, it's Ruben Amorim is going to be the most likely candidate to join. It is a big risk. I completely agree with you. I think it's a massive risk. But the thing is, yeah, I think now in the modern day, there's no long-term manager anymore, in my opinion. There's no real long-term manager anymore in today's day. I think you can only look at Pep at City. You can only look at Diego Simeone at Atletico Madrid. Those two managers are the longest serving managers currently in today's day, right? So we can't really, because they've done a lot for their clubs, right? Obviously, Ruben Amorim's been in a league where you have Porto, Benfica. Obviously, these three clubs, right, are the biggest clubs: Sporting, Porto, and Benfica. These three compete with each other every year, right? And Sporting have won the league in recent times. So have Benfica and so have Porto. So it's a competitive league in a way. I do agree that it's not the same level as some other leagues. But the thing to Ajax is Ajax win the league nearly every year, right? So
but look at what Ten Hag did in Europe. That's the point. That's why you hired him, because of what he did in Europe. And look at Ruben Amorim's record in Europe, and Ten Hag's is better with Ajax than Ruben Amorim's with Sporting.
The thing is with Sporting, yeah. To take a team at that level, because I'm not even being disrespectful to Sporting Lisbon, obviously, yeah, but their level of players compared to what most clubs in Europe are not that great. But Ten Hag, right, has taken a team of United players and spent 600 million and can't get a win in 11 games in Europe.
I'm not arguing that. Yeah, he did an awful job at United. I'm not contesting that. That is for sure.
This is actually a good point right here. This is actually a really good point.
Yeah, Jose coached Porto and won the Champions Europa League, and Amorim he's done well in the domestic league, but he hasn't translated that into European success.
I've already said Ruben Amorim's a big risk.
I already said
he's a big risk.
He's a bigger risk than McKenna right now.
I didn't think of that question, but listening to Kian, I actually completely agree with you. That's a very interesting perspective, because I want to add to your point here. If you look at the capital, you look at what Ipswich, how much is invested into Ipswich versus Sporting and their circumstances, you can make the case that McKenna is a miracle worker. You can actually make the case. Whereas Amorim, yes, very, very impressive, but like you both have said, it's a 3-team league. So, again, the floor is not that low. Whereas with McKenna, realistically, when you factor in how much revenue they generate, how much they invest in it, his experience as a manager, his credibility, he should nowhere be near the Premier League. Yet he's overachieved. So I think, again, it's a big risk. I think this is a big risk, but whatever it is, unlike Erik ten Hag, we should see a more attacking and entertaining style of play.
What I think we should have done is we should have given Ruud van Nistelrooy the interim manager role until the end of the season. That's where I think. But also, it's kind of right to bring in a new manager now, because the mess that we're in this season, at least now what the manager can do is kind of stabilize the situation at the club until the summer and see where we're at, right? Because the problem is that United, we've been in a mess for a long time now, right? This is the right time to bring in a manager, in my opinion. If you're really looking at it, right, you sack the manager now. Interim manager means at the same time pretty much means you're kind of writing off your season. At the same time, it can kind of give you a bit of a manager bounce, because when the new manager comes in, he has a full season, right, to prove himself. But also you give him half a season to analyze his squad. This season will be the perfect season to analyze his squad and see who he wants and doesn't want in the summer.
You've got to bet on the right guy then.
That's also true. But
and you look at the way McKenna has created the culture at Ipswich, how well he's done.
The thing is with Ipswich,
at this level, then if you're gonna take a big, you're gonna trust a guy with a proven record. And McKenna is proven. I have to say, he's young, but he's proven his quality. Multiple.
I think McKenna's a bigger risk because coming from a smaller club, Ipswich is a smaller club, right? Than Sporting. Sporting have high expectation, right? Because then if Amorim's gonna do well in Europe, they're gonna fire him in no time. Sporting will fire.
Club. I think that's the difference. He's already been in the hallways at Old Trafford. He knows exactly what the club is like. He's already been there.
I hear that.
That is a huge difference. That is an unbelievably big difference.
I hear that, but at the same time, he's managing a group of players that doesn't have as much ego as compared to what they have compared to Man United. Because Man United have bigger egos, right? Than Ipswich.
Players. You already manage your ego as an assistant coach, but
the thing is now we have. Because the thing is now you got players like Rashford, right? Rashford last season you seen the different side of Rashford. The guy had lack of discipline last season. You can clearly see the decline of Rashford, right? This season, Rashford's better in a sense, but he's not there, right? He got hooked off yesterday, and rightly so. He was poor, right? And he has been poor in a lot of the games since he got his new contract. He's been poor, right? So it'll be interesting to see if he can manage bigger egos like let's say Rashford, Bruno this season. I'm willing to give it a chance. I'm willing to give it a chance.
Amorim has the same problem. What egos has he managed? It's the same. It's the exact same problem. Maybe even worse. Because look at how McKenna's got a tune out of Amari Hutchinson and Liam Delap, young English player.
I can also agree with what Michael's saying here, though, because Michael did say yes, and yeah, the state we're in the club. This guy's are 14 with 29 games. I agree. We're 29 with 14 games in the league. At the same time, I don't think we're gonna do anything else in the league, anyways. I think we might as well throw everything at the Europa League now. We might as well throw our chances at the Europa League because that's the only way of getting back into the Champions League. I don't want all this top four right now. We ain't getting top four. I think the top four is locked in. I think the top four is completely done. Like there's no getting into the top four, right? No. And pretty much now what like I said, what I want United to do is get in the manager, bring him in, stabilize the situation of the club, see who he likes, see who he doesn't like, right? Obviously, bringing in a different profile of players. That's up to the board to bring in a profile of player that he might like, right? But also the board have to consult with him and agree with him on what's best for the both of them at least. But yeah. But yeah, people, 19 of you in the building, please smash the like button, hit subscribe, and show some love in the chat as well to these two guys because they're here chatting every week, chatting here football every week, and we're here to get some content for you guys. But yeah, go on, Augusty, what are you saying?
I just add, I did hear your conversation while I disappeared for a bit, and I think Michael makes a very good point. Is Amorim coming in immediately tomorrow, or is he coming in at the end of the season?
Because apparently we might just pay the release clause and get him here right away.
Great. So I think if Amorim is coming in tomorrow, it is a bigger risk than McKenna, simply because, like Jan said, McKenna knows most of these players. He's familiar with the league, and Amorim's style of play is very one-dimensional. Historically, at least based on what I've read, I'm happy to be proven wrong and refuted. I would love to be, because obviously I want United to succeed. He has been very weak and vulnerable in transition. And if you look at United as a team today, that is also our biggest weakness as well. So again, there are some similarities between Ten Hag and Amorim. So just be careful, because if United with the morale is really, really low and Amorim is new to this environment, this big atmosphere and club, this could be a bit of a struggle this season. But I would also add, Akavin, there is no reason why United can't finish in the top four. People will say, yeah, but I'm being, again, biased. I don't think I am. 7 points with over 25 games to go. It's possible. You can easily finish in the top four.
The thing is, with United's top four, right? It's just the four clubs that the clubs are in the top four are better than us. City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea. They're by far better than us this season, and it's a testament of it's a test to see of how we do this Sunday. We got Chelsea at home on Sunday, right? At Old Trafford. It really depends what we do this weekend. Because if this weekend we go and win, right, then it might open the door. Then there might be a chance. However, I still think Chelsea on a different level because like they've got the team. The manager's doing Maresca's doing a fantastic job. I completely underestimate Maresca, and I'm sure many people has.
Yeah.
And Maresca is doing a fantastic job with Chelsea right now. Honestly, I can see Chelsea doing big things in the next 2-3 years. Like,
Agreed.
You could be contending for the Champions League if you properly back this guy in the next 2 years. You could be Champions League contenders in no time.
I hope you're right.
Real talk.
Because we were not great against Newcastle. We were really not great. There were a few moments in there where we were really shaky at the back. We're great on the ball. I love how good we are on the ball. But like, Wesley Fofana has made a paper. I'm sick of watching him play. I'm sorry. He's great on the ball, and I love that my center backs they can pass and play out.
I have said this before. Yeah, Chelsea's biggest issue is at the back.
He's made a paper, and Colwill also a couple of times. He got beat in areas he should not be getting beat. If you want to be an elite center back, you want to be a successor to guys like John Terry, and you cannot be getting beat that easily, Colwill. So both of them are just great on the ball, and I think we need Tosin to grow a little bit more and become the linchpin there. I think Tosin, his build, his size, his playing style, if he can become really elite, and by that I mean solidify himself both at Chelsea and in England, next to Colwill, I think we could have a fantastic time pairing for the future. But I'm not convinced of this Fofana Colwill pairing because both of them are just too. They're too focused on playing out from the back and they're too aggressive that we leave spaces open in behind, and it's a struggle.
I hear that the comment says here top 4 is far gone, 16-17 campaign for you. Yeah, the thing is, that year, right, I felt like that was the year United really could have won the league. Do you know why? We got way too many draws at home against teams we should have been beating, dominating the game, but just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. We had way too many draws that year, way too many. Because if we were clinical, we could have won the league. Like again, we could have been in the title race with Chelsea that year. Because I remember we beat Chelsea as well at home, right? And I remember that was the year we won the Europa League, and we threw everything at the Europa League and we got into the Champions League. For me, that was the best moment ever. Winning the Europa League was the best moment post Alex Ferguson for me. But yeah, and that year was a bit of like a 50-50 for United. But yeah, let's go on here. We do have POK, Bodo, Victoria, Rangers. Yeah, we should be winning. I agree. We should be winning all those games. Like real talk, we should be winning all those games. And if we can win all those games, we should be fine. But I don't understand why we dropped points against Fenerbahce, Porto, and Twente early on. We should have at least got results. We should have at least got
press conference where he's like, "This referee best in the world. He can see penalty box and he can see me at the same time." Dude, this Marie, I love this guy. That's the fucking peak. It was so good.
Sometimes when Jose is managing your club and he's making comments like that, you love it.
It's great.
When he's managing your club, it can be frustrating at times, isn't it?
The best referee in the world.
Legendary. Jose is legendary.
But trust me.
Can I just say something?
Go on.
It's a very good point here. In the rare chance that Ineos are watching, highly doubt it, but who knows? They could be, right? Nothing better to do today. I think that with these fixtures, I really think that you have to appoint a permanent head coach today, ASAP.
Yeah.
You cannot give the job to Ruud van Nistelrooy till December, till November. Dare I say it? End of the season.
I mentioned that because you know why? Getting a interim manager now is a bigger risk because you're kind of writing your season off in the sense that you have no plan of who to appoint. For me, right? I also do agree that I think the players will look up to Ruben van Nistelrooy more and will play for him. However, like I said also earlier, bringing in the manager now will give him time to assess his squad and will give him time to see who he wants. Because if you're bringing him in for the next 2 seasons, right? Obviously the season's already like started. We can't really count this as like a full season. So it's like 2.5 seasons, right, into the job. And he does well, and he assesses his squad, who he likes, who he doesn't like, what a style of play is. This you have time to do all that this season, because this season's pretty much a write-off already. Apart from, I expect us to challenge for that Europa League. I want us to win that Europa League, right? For me, we're one of the best teams in the Europa League. On paper, if you go look at the team we have, we should be winning that Europa League, right? The teams we're facing, we should at least be getting past them. Come on, let's not joke around here, right?
Yeah.
We should be in around that Europa League title, but also I want to see what Amorim can come in and do. I want to see that January transfer window. If Ineos are willing to buy players in the January transfer window, if they're willing to sell players in the January transfer window, I hope we can do something about that. But yeah, moving on. I know you spoke a bit on it already, but yesterday Chelsea beat Newcastle.
Yeah.
Obviously, we ain't reviewing the United game because that's long gone now. 10 out's gone, so we're not reviewing the United game anymore, people. Chelsea won 2-1. What are your thoughts on the game, man? And
I was very happy with how he played for the first hour. I think we really limited their chances, and they didn't really they had the one chance that they scored from. But in the last half an hour, we
sorry to cut in. Yeah, that Isak miss was embarrassing, by the way.
Yeah,
but go on.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. It was embarrassing from Fofana, who allowed it to happen. That was criminal. Like the stadium celebrated when we cleared the ball out. I was just fucking livid. I like that is if I pulled that at like our football on a Saturday, you would scream at me. That's how bad that was. And I'm like, how the hell did the other defenders not be digging up Fofana? This is the thing. This is the difference between us now and like peak Chelsea and like Mourinho 04. The other defenders should be screaming at Fofana to fix himself after that mistake, but they didn't, and that's the culture now. The standard isn't so high at our club anymore.
It's not the same in English football in general, bro. But yeah.
No, I mean some clubs really do have. You look at Arsenal and City,
Liverpool as well.
how they will react if a defender makes a mistake like that, and then how we do. That's a difference. But look, okay, on the other hand, we are a young team. I do get it. You don't want to be yelling at people, making a toxic culture at the club. Fair enough. But that was a huge error. We were lucky to escape with that. Referee was awful at the end. I don't know what he was giving them free kicks for no reason. Like, he just kept giving them free kicks. And then they kept on wasting the free kicks because they would be playing these like long balls from the edge of their box all the way into our box. Because they've just given up on playing football. I don't know.
And Newcastle are a team that love wasting time as well.
Yeah, and
they're a team that loves it. That's why the rules implemented because of Newcastle. Because Newcastle, the rules implemented.
Manager, I thought he was a progressive possession-based manager, but he just reverted to full like English face, like Sean Dyche Brexit ball for the last 30 minutes. I don't know what that was. That was a pain to watch, but we won in the end, which is all you can really hope for in football. So I'll take the 3 points, and on we go. Play them again on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup. Which is I don't want to be with.
We play Leicester back-to-back weeks, but yeah, Augustia, thoughts on Chelsea as a whole and the season, how everything's gone for them, and
Yeah, I agree. I think again, Maresca has done a very impressive job. When you think about the beginning of the season, the turmoil with the amount of players they had. Crazy amount of players, a historic amount of players in the squad, and then to come in and take command and initiative. Not many managers have the guts that he does. And then already, again, you're seeing some improvement tactically. You're seeing some impressive results as well. I think it bodes very well for Chelsea. It'll be interesting to see how they go. I'm looking forward to watching them. I can't say I've watched them much, but with the talent they have, and with Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, Jadon Sancho, Madueke, the list goes on and on. I feel like top 4 and maybe a domestic cup is possible.
I would love a domestic cup. I think top 4 is possible. So yeah,
I think that Conference League for me, you win it.
I think Conference League. I think our
biggest.
I
think you win. I think you win the Conference League.
You
should be.
Our biggest competition in the Conference League is Fiorentina, who are having a very good season. I'd love to play them in a late stage of the tournament. I would love to play against them.
I think you guys should be winning that Conference League like comfortably as well. I think you should be winning every game. And I think, you know what, if you guys win this Conference League, you are the first team to have won all 3 European competitions. Is that right?
It's the most Chelsea thing ever to like win the Conference.
Literally.
It's the most. It's gonna have. I feel like.
Did you guys win Cup Winners' Cup back then or something?
Yes.
Did you guys won the Cup Winners' Cup? So you pretty much won every single European Cup, including the UEFA Super Cup as well.
Yes.
Bro, that's mad, man. Chelsea in Europe are underrated, man. Like honestly, in European history, underrated, very underrated.
Because we have this count that goes, we've won it all, but right now we haven't, so we have to go and win it all again to continue saying the champion.
I agree.
Yeah,
West Ham has won it. You guys must win this Conference League. You must tell Tottenham, yeah, that this is how you win the Conference League, because remember when Tottenham were in the Conference League, they backed out because they didn't have enough players, and I'm like, how do you do this, man? You just had to win one game and you're through in the group stages, man.
In fairness, one that is Conte, and he's a crazy guy.
As you know, he's your manager.
He has one goal, which is to win the league every year he's in it.
Yeah.
And he hates distractions. So he's loving Napoli right now because there's no distraction. He can just focus entirely on the league. And look, he's 4 points clear in the league. So man knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean,
he has no time for distractions. He just wants to win the league. And in 10 years there is the manager, there's the owner, there's no trophy, as he said. It's not his fault.
Can you imagine United doing that? Bro, if we hadn't won that FA Cup, we could have been in the Conference League. We could have literally been in the Conference League. Like, we could have actually been in the Conference League, and this guy and this manager, that we just sacked, yeah. I'm still trying to get used to saying that. We probably wouldn't even have won games. We would have probably lost games in that Conference League as well, bro. Knowing this manager, we could have probably lost games in that. But the thing is, you have to win a playoffs to get into the Conference League. I don't know why they don't just offer like free entrance to the Conference League. Like, it makes no sense, man. Playing 2 extra games in the summer, it makes no sense because you guys have Club World Cup next year as well. Let's not forget.
It's a Poundland Super League. Let's be honest.
Literally,
the Super League.
Bro, and the Conference League, you only have to play 6 games. Like, we had to play 8 games.
I like that.
I think they should reduce the Champions League teams to 2 games, man.
Because if you've seen, like, Maresca has a completely different team for the Conference League. Like, it's a totally.
You guys have a deep squad, anyways. I don't think you have to worry too much about like rotation and everything like that. Because you guys can easily rotate for Carabao Cup. You guys could easily rotate for Conference League. Like, you have no problem at all rotating. Like, literally, I think you guys are fine completely.
11, which I like. I like that about his team, the way we play. So that's good.
No, I hear that, and obviously we're gonna move on now. We're gonna speak about that Arsenal Liverpool game. Did you guys watch? Did you guys catch a bit of the highlights, or did you guys watch the game?
Just the Liverpool game. Just the highlights for me.
Guys, did you watch the Arsenal Liverpool game?
Nope. Watch the highlights.
As he should, as much play cards. But yeah, Arsenal Liverpool. Look, it was a very end-to-end game. I think, in the sense that I think Arsenal, that in that first half, I think we're the better team. Like, look, for me, I actually think, right, that Arsenal, I underestimated them too much yesterday. I thought they'd get destroyed, bro. I genuinely thought they'd get destroyed, Arsenal, because I didn't expect Saka to play. I didn't expect Timber to play. So that's why I thought Liverpool would. But when Saka played, you see the difference that he makes for Arsenal? He's so crucial to them, man. Like, trust me, people say Saka is not playing well, but if you put Saka in that team, he's so crucial to that Arsenal team. Like, it's unreal. But Arsenal, and Liverpool got a late draw. I think Liverpool should be disappointed with the result, actually, because they played a kind of depleted Arsenal in the sense that they weren't fully fit, and then Liverpool got a draw. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Arsenal and Liverpool this season so far? Like, you don't have to talk about the game, but you can just talk about Arsenal and Liverpool this season so far. What are you guys' thoughts on?
Arsenal already falling behind, frankly.
Yeah.
Which is not a good sign because they normally start well, and then trail off. So trailing off as early is not looking good for them. And look, I don't think anybody can compete with City this year. Again, it's sad to say, but like, Liverpool look good now, but they don't have the depth to do this. I think it could be City running away with it, which is going to be very sad. So I hope, for the sake of competition, that Arsenal can pick themselves up and improve. Because, I mean, you look at the goals they scored. I mean, the first goal. Unbelievable. That guy.
Because I don't personally think City will go. City will run away with it because, look, there's still 29 games left of the season, right? I think it'll be a tight race between the 3 teams. I think it'll be like a.
Just dropped too many points, and Liverpool don't have the depth. Like, who's going to compete? Like, they're not. Like, I'm afraid it could be like 10 points plus.
I just think that if Arsenal can get when Saka and Odegaard are fully fit, I think that's where Arsenal will show their true colors. When both those players are back and fully fit, because Saka's back, right? But when Odegaard comes back, if Arsenal pick up consistent results, right, and they start winning games again, then that and because they still have to play City at the Emirates, and City lost there last season. Let's not forget they didn't have Rodri, and they don't have Rodri going to the Emirates this season as well. So
Rodri, the deserved Ballon d'Or winner,
and by the way, sorry for interrupting. I forgot to watch the I watched the Southampton Man City game on the weekend. Actually, Southampton actually kind of played all right. Don't look at the shots, yeah. Okay, if you actually look at the way Southampton played the ball across the park, right, they actually look kind of decent.
They
Like,
are a decent team.
and that's what I'm saying. City haven't looked great, but they're picking up results. That's the scary thing about City. That they don't have to play great, but they can pick up results, right? Because when Rodri's fully fit, they're unstoppable.
And
Like,
I
there's
think that's the currency of a title winner, picking up results when you're not great.
Yeah,
and again,
that's what we used to do.
We can talk tactics all day, but there is this significant difference between City and everybody else. Their mentality is second to none. We know how Pep does it, right? After every win, he scrutinizes the players before he rewards them. Every other team does it vice versa. And what I would say about Liverpool is, no doubt, I think we can all agree in unanimity that they've had a better start than Arsenal this season. But Liverpool have also shown there can be games where they just cannot break down low blocks. Yeah. They can struggle to that against anybody. We saw, I think, was it against Forest where they lost 1-0 earlier in the season? And I think results like that will happen a couple of times throughout the season, and that alone could be fatal.
And it will get worse if they go far in the Champions League and they have many games and they have 2 cup competitions and they're relying on an aging Salah. Then the problems will get worse.
Sorry, go on.
So had they signed more attackers and more like, game changers like a Kubo or somebody in the window, I would have a different story. But they didn't sign another game changer. They only have Salah, and they have Salah Diaz, but they don't have the depth of game changers that City have. So that's where you're going to see the difference for sure.
And also, again, when you hire a new manager, right, you have to experience the high and the low, and you have to see how they rebound from the low. We haven't seen that with Slot yet, and you would expect to be some hiccups. That's normal, right? He's not God. He's not a miracle worker. So Liverpool, again, they seem to be work in progress. Very impressive, but they don't have the talent nor the depth to compete with City. And what I would say about Arsenal is, Jan made a very good point. Historically, this is the point of the season where Arteta's Arsenal make the difference. But when City at their worst is beating Arsenal when they should be at their best, that's a very discouraging sign. And not to mention, again, psychologically, Arsenal seem to be doing everything right, but 0.1% against City, and they fall short every single time, whether it's, again, at the end of the season or against them. Man, psychologically, it's a killer. So I just think this is City's to win.
Fair enough. Tottenham lost to Palace. Aston Villa dropped points at home to Bournemouth. These are crucial points. These are crucial points dropped in the race for Europe.
The form they're on, that's not a game you should be losing.
Yeah, you shouldn't be losing to that. But any final thoughts before we close out on the football side of things, or anything? Do you guys have anything to say about football?
Not really.
Any opinions?
Make the right appointment. Just make the right appointment, and your life will be so much better. Go.
I hope so, bro. I genuinely hope so, man. And trust me, I've been waiting for this day for a long time, man. And like, honestly, like I've been saying it for the longest. I've been telling everyone, but people refuse to listen to me. I saw the decline in United when we lost 7-0. I was like, this is surely gonna ruin us. Like that result really ruined us, in my opinion. But finally, he's gone, man. Finally, United hold him accountable. He's gone. He should have been sacked a long time ago. But yeah. But anyways, people, we're gonna close out the football side of things.
Can I add something?
Yeah. Go on.
No Ballon d'Or talk, guys.
Yeah, no, Rodri deserves it. No,
I think sure. Give it to Rodri, anyways. I can't.
I was arguing for Vinny earlier. Nah,
I don't. If I say whatever I say, I'll be in big trouble.
Yeah, I prefer not
to put it into context for people watching. Before the stream, we were discussing the Ballon d'Or. Gian and I were like, he deserves it. Ekevin was vehemently.
I still think Vinicius deserves it, but okay. I mean, we're judging players based on international now, because the last 2 Ballon d'Or winners have been on international.
No, we're judging them based on the influence they have on games. The influence they have on games. I think
then I think Rodri should have won it the year before. If you're talk about Ballon d'Or, like treble, right? City won the treble. Rodri scored the winning goal. That's where I think he should have won the Ballon d'Or. Then
Right, and he didn't.
that's where.
I mean,
that's-
the World Cup
is
is
now. It's justice that he's got it now.
but yeah, I mean,
the
look,
he has in the team is the biggest of any footballer that we can compare him to. So he should be the Ballon d'Or winner.
Agreed. And also, can I add? I also look at it like this: what more could have Rodri done versus what more could Vinny have done? Vinny completely disappeared in the Copa America, whereas Rodri, correct me if I'm wrong, only lost one game all season, including League and Euros. That's insane. And we know how integral he is to a team when it comes to regaining possession and also retaining it. I think it's a no-brainer with the achievements, with the influence, and with the success. So, should be Rodri.
I mean, I hear it, but for me personally, I still think it should be Vinny. But we'll save this discussion for the later obviously later talk. I just want to go over a couple of results this week. Barcelona, Real Madrid,
4-0.
4-0 Barcelona. Hansi Flick is cooking right now with Barcelona. He was my first choice manager in the summer to replace Ten Hag, but apparently somebody who was paid by SCG, the agency that's with United, said apparently he's not good enough for United. But okay, sure, mate, he's good enough to take Barca back to the top of the league, sure. And there's also Inter 4, Juventus 4. I just checked that result yesterday. Yeah, 2 crazy results outside of the Premier League. You guys have any thoughts on those 2 games or any like, you know?
Well, if Conte wins Serie A, you know what? If he actually wins, it might be worth waiting for him to win Serie A with Napoli than hiring him in the summer. It might actually be worth it for you. This guy's unbelievable. And he'll somehow bring back Scott McTominay and make him the best player in your team because he's insane.
I agree with that. Yeah.
McTominay and like win everything with. This guy is just he's not
just to point out something about Erik Ten Hag. McTominay bailed Ten Hag out so many times last year, but he ended up selling him now. So who's going to bail him out now?
Yeah, literally.
Who's going to end up bailing him now? But I'm not saying McTominay is great. I'm not saying I don't want to keep McTominay or anything, because at this point we should have kept Ashley Young or all these guys. Because they're gonna go win a Serie. If they're gonna go win a Serie A with Inter Milan, and McTominay goes and wins the Serie A with Napoli, then people have the same energy for McTominay, have the same energy for Ashley Young and Darmian and all these guys.
Like Johnny Evans in January, and he's going to win
literally
the him as well. This guy is insane.
Johnny Evans gave it on a free contract. Yeah, he won the Premier League with us. Phil Jones on a free contract. All these guys. You know what I'm saying? We should have had the same energy for these guys then. But oh well. But anyways, lads. Before we close up football talk, there's over 22 of you. Like, subscribe, share with your mates as well. All that good stuff. We're gonna move on to the F1 and NBA section now again. If you can say you'll be happy to stay, bro. If you'd like to stay.
Make dinner. Get ready for work tomorrow.
All right, man. Have a good one, bro. Take care, man.
Good luck, man.
Thanks.
And we'll see you for the preview of United Chelsea preview this week later on. Yeah.
If I can, I'm traveling.
I'm gonna try and get some people on for the United Chelsea preview. That's gonna be a good one.
I'm traveling.
I was gonna ask you. You know what's funny? I was gonna ask you guys for 2 separate predictions. For example, if Ten Hag was there and Ten Hag was not there, what would have been your predictions? But crazy enough that he's gone. But anyway, we can talk about that later. But yeah, thanks, bro. Have a good one, man. And thanks for always coming by.
All right. See ya.
See ya, mate. See ya. Big up Gian every single time, bro. My G, you know what I'm saying. We're gonna move on to the F1 now, bro. F1 Ferrari. We are back in this shit. We are back in this, bro. I'm telling you, man. We are only 37 points off McLaren now.
Winnable.
This is winnable, man. And see what happened to McLaren yesterday. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Ferrari. You nearly bottled it yesterday. Because if Carlos Sainz had pitted one more time, then the race would have been over. Yeah. But anyways, bro, did you watch the race right yesterday?
Of course, bro. Don't miss race.
That was a good race. I can't lie. A lot of drama in that race, man. A lot of drama in the middle sector of the race and the final sector. Because, look, there were times where There were times. Do you see the Max Verstappen and the Lando Norris incident at the start, right? Max Verstappen got a
Insane,
20-second penalty in the pit stop, but the guy yet still managed to finish in the top 8, which is, it's calm. But all it is that now this is going to be a really interesting ending. This season is going to be very, very interesting. The way the season's going to end is going to be really, really interesting. It's going to be very interesting, bro. What are your thoughts on yesterday as a whole? Let's talk about it. Let's deep into it.
Yeah, again, I think yes, Lando Norris made a 10-point advantage on Max yesterday, and that's very needed and required. But with 4 races to go, do we think he's going to overturn a 50-point lead? I'm not sure. I think what yesterday and the race before, is that Max is finally getting back on his A game. And even though that Red Bull car, as seen with Checo Perez, who for some reason can't even finish in the points, which is just bizarre.
And his home circuit as well. Just saying,
it's inexplicable. Max seems to be on it. I feel like we all know Ferrari are the quickest team at the moment. There's no debate on that. Followed by McLaren, and then Red Bull seems to be with Mercedes, on par with Mercedes. But Max is making the difference himself. So I think little too late for Lando. And for Ferrari, very unfortunate, because if it wasn't for a couple of shit shows in certain races this season, I think you should be winning both drivers and constructors.
You think?
Because you're peaking at the right time. Your car and your duo is doing very good.
You genuinely think that Ferrari can win the Drivers' Championship?
No. I said they should, because they've been a couple races this season where they've made some silly, avoidable mistakes.
The Baku one,
yes,
bro, that Baku one was a must, man. And 8 extra points, or I don't know how many points you get for that race, because you get 20, 26, 25 or 26 for winning, or 25 for winning, and you also have 18 points. That's a 7-point gap plus another 7 points, bro. We be back in this shit. We be back in the race, man. We be back in this.
So you should actually be in both fights strongly. But I think drivers is too little too late. Even though I must say Charles, since the summer break, has been epic. He's been amazing.
Bro, he's set up his game.
Unbelievable drive. Very measured, very controlled, experienced.
He was faultless. He was faultless yesterday because the Ferrari, I keep telling people about Ferrari and the hard tires, it does not go together. Why did you switch to the hard tires once again? We could have had a Ferrari 1 and 2 finish. Leclerc could have battled Sainz for the 1 and 2 finish. Because Sainz was leading Leclerc by how much? 10 seconds, almost 10 seconds, and then they pitted Sainz, and then they pitted Leclerc, and then Leclerc was on the hard tires. That's why Lando Norris overtook him yesterday. But I don't really mind that. I'm not really disappointed about that. I can't really fault Charles. I'm happy Ferrari finished both cars in the podium. That's the main thing. One Ferrari car won that. That's the main thing. That's what I'm really happy about, right? A Hispanic person winning it in a Hispanic country.
True.
You love to see it.
Amen.
Bro, Carlos Sainz, before he leaves, leave on a high. Get Ferrari that Constructors' Championship. We are only within 37, 36, 39 points in touching distance. If both the drivers win next week, if both drivers get 1 and 2, we are back on top. We are on top. It depends on what the Norris and Piastri do. However, but this is massive for us. This is massive. And last week I did say let me get to this before you go. Yeah. Last week I did say on the F1 show with King, that Ferrari this weekend was make or break for Ferrari. And guess what? I was proven right. We won the race. Next week, where are we going to? I forgot. We're going to Brazil, aren't we? Sao Paulo, Brazil, something like that. That's another one where we need to get back on top. But go on.
Yeah. So to answer Michael's question, yes, Lewis is.
Yes, he's still going to Ferrari. Yep, next
He'll
year.
be replacing Carlos Sainz. Actually, thank you for that message, because that segues into what I was going to say. Hopefully, this isn't Carlos Sainz's last victory in Formula One.
Oh yeah.
Because I know people are going to say, "Hang on a minute, you are being very reactionary here," but going to Williams aren't really the best constructor, as we know, and sure they have James Vowles and they can develop. But with the depth and quality that Red Bull, Ferrari, Mercedes, and McLaren have, man, I hope this wasn't Carlos Sainz's last victory. Because if it was, like Kevin said, nice that it happened in a Hispanic country.
Really.
But going on to Sao Paulo, look, there's a sprint race. Don't forget, I think there are a couple sprint races. That could be big.
Leclerc got second in the sprint race yet again.
So exactly.
And guess what? Adds on to the points.
Yeah, that could be big. I think this stage of the season for Lando Norris, because he's the only one that can challenge Max. Yes, I don't think it'll happen, but I think it's possible. He has to win every race. He does. He has to turn it. He has to turn into 2021 Lewis Hamilton, because do you remember what Hamilton did, Kevin, with 4 races to go? He was 40 points down on Max, and he won every race. He came back from last to first in Brazil, if you remember that. Pretty epic. He won Qatar by 40 seconds, and then he basically cooked Max on a wheel-to-wheel battle in Saudi Arabia, and then Abu Dhabi, we know what happened. So really what Lando Norris needs to do is turn into Lewis Hamilton. That's what he has to do. And if he doesn't do that, good night. Congratulations, Max Verstappen. You have the same amount of world championships as Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, I didn't clock that. Yeah. Sebastian Vettel, and this guy was in Ferrari as well, and you, man, done him dirty, Ferrari. I still can't forgive you for this, yeah. Even though I didn't watch Vettel from Ferrari, but the fact that I'm hearing shit about Ferrari doing Vettel dirty, yeah, you, man, have blood on your hands for that, yeah, because he was a top driver. But yeah, I agree with you, man. The sprint's gonna be really important as well, because that's 8 extra points if you win it, or 7 extra points if you win it. It's not massive, but it helps you get into it. And look, I'm gonna say it again. What I repeat again last week. This weekend is another make or break week for Ferrari. Another race where it's make or break, because this is where Ferrari, if they don't win this weekend, it's over. I don't think they can win it anymore, right? Because you got you got 3 races to go.
Following this weekend, yes.
You have to go to Vegas, you have to go to Qatar, and then you have to go to Abu Dhabi. Qatar, right? Qatar is one of the final 2 races, and then you have to go to Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, where's the climax, right? I'm hoping that Ferrari are thereabouts within then, because that's where for me everything will be decided. That I'm not worried about Charles Leclerc's drivers' championship. For me, I'm a Ferrari fan. I want to see the constructors' championship. I want to see Ferrari win as a team rather than individual. Cool. It'd be nice to see Ferrari drivers win as an individual. That'll add to our collection, add to our history, right? But the constructors' championship is what Michael Schumacher helped us win. We hadn't won. We had not won a constructors' championship since Michael Schumacher, for me, my GOAT, was still racing. Wow. Literally, we have not won since then, and Mercedes have just taken over and just won, and Red Bull too. This is the perfect opportunity to get back on top as Ferrari. This is, for me, the 2 young drivers, that can take Ferrari to the next level. Right now we are in what? Actually, in fact, let me just bring the table up.
Can I correct you? Carlos Sainz is, I think he's 30.
But I mean, they're still kind of young in the sense that they race until they're 40 plus or something like that.
Yeah, but
they still got a long time left.
He's not Colapinto, Piastri, or Lawson.
No, he's not. He's not that.
While you check that, I just want to say here, Ferrari, I would make them favorites for next season. I'd make them early favorites, just because Ferrari seem to be trending upwards, Red Bull downwards, and that Leclerc-Hamilton pairing could go. And again, yes, I know we've had crazy pairings with the likes of Senna, Prost, Lewis, and Alonso, but I think Lewis and Leclerc could go down as the greatest pairing in Formula One history. I really think it could, because if they both play to close to peak, no one's stopping them. If the car is obviously capable.
I'm just bringing this up now. So it's 530. So 566 and 537. So 566 and 537. 20. Actually, I'm wrong, guys. 29 points separate the two. 29 points separate McLaren and Ferrari going into this week. Because Leclerc got that extra point, which fantastic, Charles Leclerc. That extra point, yeah. that you pitted, yeah, to go and get that extra the fastest lap in the final. That's amazing. You got that extra point now. That's massive. Literally, that's massive now because, bro, we need those points. It's only 29 points, bro. Like, this is winnable. This is within touching distance. If Ferrari get both their drivers and McLaren finish below Ferrari, we're on top. We go on top because it's only 29 points, right? And you get 25 points for winning for getting first. So that already adds on, right? But hold on, how many points do you get from finishing third, fourth? 15 and what? 15 and 10?
15 and 12. I think 12.
Okay, so 15 and 12.
And obviously
so
the one plus if you get
plus
the pass.
566, 593 minus so clock this, yeah? 593, yeah?
Sure.
So this is 537 and 25, 18. So what did I say? Is 597, yeah?
Yep.
580, 597. It's going to be a 17-point gap if Ferrari 1 and 2 and McLaren 3 and 4. Which is insane. 17-point gap going into the final 3 races, bro. This is going to be massive for Ferrari and for McLaren.
Whatever happens.
Sorry, go on.
No, I just want to add, because I agree with what you're saying here.
Go on.
I think for Red Bull, crazy downfall, because last season they were head and shoulders above and better than everybody else. It wasn't even close. It was like Red Bull were in a different galaxy. Everyone else was in Earth and in a war Earth. So again,
I still take pride in Ferrari finishing being the only team other than Red Bull to win the race last year. I still take pride in that Singapore race.
That Singapore?
Yeah, I still take pride in that one and only race that Ferrari won instead of that Red Bull won every other race of the year. But cool.
I think that was Carlos Sainz's best ever race, because the way he used Lando Norris.
Oh yeah,
its range, right? Shrewd strategy, very shrewd. But yeah, I think again for Red Bull, it's a fall from grace, because what has happened, because they were winning by 15 seconds, double-digit seconds. And it wasn't like this is a seasonal transition, Ekavin. This is like a race transition, because they were.
Yeah.
Do you remember at the beginning of the season, Max won almost every race, and suddenly there was one race where it all switched up after Spain, I think it was, and he hasn't won since. So I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist here, but usually falls like that aren't organic. You don't drop off that quickly in Formula One. Your car, your engine. So I don't know, was it something to do with cost cap? Did they take a fine, a punishment? Or are they just really trending downwards? Adrian Newey is leaving. It doesn't really look too good for Red Bull going forward. Especially, Sergio Perez, say what you want. He is still contracted to Red Bull next season.
Yeah.
I think they will sack him. I don't know about you, Ekavin.
They should have gotten Carlos Sainz by then. They should have gotten Carlos Sainz. That would have been the best. That would have been the most logical appointment, to bring in Carlos Sainz. Why are you letting a driver like Carlos Sainz go to Williams?
Yeah, Mercedes as well.
No disrespect to the Williams, yeah. But Red Bull are clear of Williams. Why are you letting a driver like a really good driver like Carlos Sainz go there, and you have a driver like Sergio Perez flopping it out for you every single week? Why are you letting that happen? You can't be letting Sergio Perez screwing you guys over week in, week out, costing you guys points. You need that extra dual point, right? You have Max Verstappen winning you championships already, and you had Perez the year for 2 years. He's not there now. So now you should go. This is where you go get Carlos Sainz, a good driver that can, give you a boost on possibly winning the constructors again next year. But I think they're making a massive error here. And do you know where I think he could have go? You know where I think he should go? Mercedes. To go with George Russell. That would be another really good appointment.
I agreed with you for the longest time. But do you know who Mercedes have replaced Hamilton with? Rookie Kimi Antonelli. Not many people know who he is, but he, based on results, ability, potential, knowledge, he is like the hire to Lewis Hamilton, to Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
He's the next one. So I think for Mercedes, when you look at it long term, you can't pass up the next Max Verstappen for Carlos Sainz, especially when Russell and Sainz are very equal in terms of ability. That's what I'd say. But yeah, I think for Sainz, I think it's really sad because I think he's such a good driver. He clearly has the ability to handle the pressure at the highest level. He, like you said, Ekevin, he should have had the Red Bull seat here. That should be his seat. But he's not going to get it. And Williams, yes, Albon and Sainz is a great duo, but it's going to take time. Not to mention, Aston Martin have Adrian Newey. They have Adrian Newey, so that's one more competitor. And then Haas at the moment. So let's talk about Haas for a second. They are 5th in the constructors, I think. They are
Kevin Magnussen,
and Nico Hulkenberg. Yeah, they make Q3 almost every qualifying. So for Williams, it's going to be a struggle. That midfield battle is going to be tough. Not to mention we have Audi coming in as well soon. So that's going to be pretty fun.
Are they not bringing back Alfa Romeo or something in 2026, apparently, what I'm hearing?
No, I think Alfa Romeo is Kick Sauber. They renamed.
Oh, they renamed it.
But Audi is coming in, an Audi engine as well, which is pretty sick.
But then you still got the likes of McLaren, you still got the likes of Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes to compete with. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Audi do. I think Audi could bring in Carlos Sainz. Really, they could really do something with Carlos Sainz, but because what's happened to Mick Schumacher, man? Why is he not racing? Like, my question is, where is Mick Schumacher? Because that he could be racing for Audi. If he wants to follow the footsteps of his father, he needs to go to a bigger car. He needs to go to a better car. He needs to start taking the next step now. If he wants to be in his father's footsteps, the great Michael Schumacher, my favorite driver ever.
On Michael Schumacher, Ekevin, I'm not sure if you've heard the very good news about him. He attended his daughter's wedding.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I did.
Pretty cool news, isn't it? In whatever state, that's pretty cool. What I also want to add is, I don't know whether you intentionally or unironically made the point. Audi is a German company here. You mentioned Mick Schumacher. So again, I think Mick Schumacher is someone they should consider because, revenue. I also would not dismiss one name. I don't know if you've heard of this driver. It is very charismatic. He's called Sebastian Vettel. Have you heard of him? I think you have, right, Ekevin? He could be in the running to come back to Audi because big name. He's still young compared to Lewis.
When was the last time they were even in F1? Can you remember when the last time Audi was in F1?
Were they?
How many years ago?
I don't think they've ever won.
I know BMW was there. BMW Sauber was there. Do you think they'll ever come back? Do you think BMW ever comes back, or do you think they'll never come back again? BMW.
Why not?
They're in F2, right? Apparently, or F3, something like that.
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think they are. But Audi will be fun. I know they were trying to get Andretti into F1, but it seems like F1, for whatever reason, are not approving that, even though Andretti are meeting the requirements and clearly. So I don't know. We'll see. F1's really interesting. Apparently they're interested in removing the fastest lap.
They're removing the fastest lap extra point.
They're deliberating. I don't know what you make of that. If that happens, what do you think, Ekevin?
Nah, man. Nah. They should not remove that, bro. This right? The fastest lap thing has always been a very, very, for example, a lot of drivers, they struggle in races, right? They need to look for an extra point. They need to look for a point. They can't end up with 0. Sometimes they get the fastest lap. Sometimes they get the fastest, the fastest lap on even if you're in the bottom. For me, I don't think it's a good idea removing such a rule, man. Because look, this +1. I know it's 1 point, but +1 plus. If you imagine you get the plus the fastest lap 2 or 3 times in a race. That's 3 points? That's 3 points? Or he's only just get 1?
It's just one. Whoever has the fastest at the end.
But still, plus one's crucial, man. It's crucial, and I think you don't remove it, man. I think you just keep it the way as it is.
Can I? Yeah, I just want to add something.
I
agree.
I think you do improve second place points though. If you're gonna remove it, at least improve the second place points. Make it to 20 points, rather than 18. Add 2 points. If you're gonna remove it, add two more points to second place, and add 2 more points for everyone else as well, so that they don't miss that much. So they don't miss it too much. What do you think?
I agree with you completely. I just checked. I was on my phone to check. So it's been confirmed that the fastest lap will be removed. Official. Already
next
decided.
year.
Yep, confirmed. Gone.
Oh, man.
What I thought was interesting is I heard the opinion of 4 drivers here: George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez was the only driver who said that it should not be removed. The other 3 said they wanted to see it gone, which I'm kind of surprised about, Ekman. I don't know about you. I thought, them boys like Charles would like the fastest lap because it spices things up. They have the car to do it.
Charles Leclerc got the fastest lap in the final lap of the race this year because of this weekend. Because let's not forget, he got third. Yeah, but I said, you know what? You pit. I said this. You pit him after Norris overtakes you, so you can improve, so you can get faster and maybe get closer. Obviously, that didn't turn out well. However, he went to the soft tires or something like that. He went to the soft tires and got the fastest lap. So you didn't get the fastest lap. You got an extra point for Ferrari. That saved you an extra point for Ferrari now.
Yeah, and again, it's strange that Charles wants it to be gone. So Sainz called it useless. He said it's pointless. Russell said the same thing. Really interesting here. I also heard on commentary with Crofty and Martin Brundle one time. I don't know whether there's any substance or they were just speculating. Apparently, they want to increase point scoring to 14th. They want to give
for 14th.
So first to 14th will have points. I don't know if that was just like a.
This is what I think. This is what I think at least.
Yeah.
Give everyone points. Make it 2 points. The bottom 3 don't get anything. The bottom 3, bottom 4 get nothing, right?
Yeah.
For me, if you're gonna remove this plus 1 fastest lap thing, what you do is you go and add 2 points to everyone's total after a race. So, for example, how about this? First place, stay on 25. For me, I think first place stays on 25. Okay, don't change that. From second onwards, change everyone's 2 points. Add 2 extra points to everyone's race total. So instead of 18 in second, you get 20. Instead of 12 in 12 in third, you get 14. Something like that. Something of the rounds of you could do every 5s or every 10. Maybe make it 15, maybe 10, 5, so less than that. Right? Top 10 gets points for me. At least top 10 gets points. More than 3, 4, 5 points. Right?
I mean,
25 stays the same for me. That's what I think.
What you could, I like this suggestion. I think it spices things up. What you could do is also create an incentives-based point system. So if you finish the race, you get 1 extra point. So forth. That could be very interesting, right? Because people like to retire the car sometimes if it's not doing too good. And then that makes teams focus on reliability, or maybe an incentive-based point system would be good. But again, I think F1, I don't think it's too broke. I really don't think it's too broke as a sport. So I'm not sure why we're changing it completely. But again, it is what it is. What I would say is, it's just going to be very, very interesting because next season is going to be very revealing. I think Ferrari, I want to ask you, Ekman, Ferrari are, for me, the head on shoulders, the favorites. No doubt about it. The quickest car, the best duo. I would have McLaren second, obviously because of Max, Red Bull third. But I would say Mercedes, Aston Martin with Adrian Newey, Alex Albon, and Carlos Sainz at Williams. I think those teams could easily contend for fourth spot, if not higher.
But what does fourth spot really get you though? It's not really much of like, it's not really much of an improvement or any it's not really much of like an award, or it doesn't reward you much with it. I would say this though, first and second in a way that it does, right? I would go and I would agree with you. I think Ferrari first. I think we are favorites right now. If we can get the next 2 races wrapped up in the bag. How many do we have left? 4 races left or something like that?
Yes, it's Brazil, and then it's Qatar,
So
Vegas, Abu
so yeah,
Dhabi.
obviously you guys will be seeing weekly previews. F1. We are going to do previews of the F1 race. We need to do a preview of each race, because for me, I think this is going to be a really good climax, and I hope you guys tune in as well, because if any of you interested in F1, yeah, these next 4 races are going to be massive, massive, and even in the drivers' championship as well, because Lando is closing in on Max. Whether people might see it or not, he's closing in, right? That's one. And the Constructors' Championship is going to be a battle between McLaren and Ferrari. And if Ferrari can keep the consistency going for into Sao Paulo, yeah, I genuinely think this could be massive, because, bro, let's talk about this as well. Yeah, let's talk about the Max Verstappen and Lando Norris incident at the start of the race. That was good. Yeah. Also, you could also see that you could also see where Charles Leclerc just stormed through, like didn't even care about it. Charles Leclerc just stormed through them and got into second, and Carlos Sainz obviously won. I just want to know what are your thoughts on the Norris and Verstappen battle again, these two.
Look, it's good to see both of them are friends off the circuit, right? They're very good friends. They travel together, and I think they even stream together, which is pretty cool. But it's nice to see that they're not leaving anything off the track. What I would say about these incidents is Max seems to, wheel to wheel. I think that might be one of his biggest weaknesses. Yes, he doesn't have many, but he is very error prone when the temperature is high. And you can hear it in his voice. If you listen to his radio messages, he gets a bit agitated, angry, shit scared, deflects on people. So Verstappen and Norris, I think they could easily be 1 or 2 incidents with them in the next 4 races. And I would also say that, again, the penalties make sense for Max, right? You can't overtake off
20 seconds, bro. 20 seconds is like, you can't be driving like that, man. I'm sorry. He completely pushed Lando off the track as well. Like,
but that's what I would say. So last week, if you remember, in Texas, Lando got a penalty for Max pushing him off. So, again, something about the FIA, whereas George Russell, for the exact same incident, Russell got penalized for what Verstappen did. There's some inconsistency with FIA applying rules. We've seen it historically. We saw it at Abu Dhabi. We see it here. So, again, with Max, that's going to be very interesting. I just think going forward, like you said, Ekabin, Ferrari, make or break, but I think they can spoil the championship. So,
yeah, because I think Ferrari definitely have a say in the championship. They definitely do have a say in the drivers' championship. Ferrari have been the most consistent in the last 2. Obviously, in the last, they've got podium. They've got, I think, the last 3 races they've got podium or something. I'm not sure. In the last 3 races they got podium, right? Because even Lando Norris won the race before, and so on and so forth.
Isn't it 3 of the last 4 they've won? No.
No, I don't think Charles Leclerc won one before that.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about Baku. 3 of the last 5 they won, because they obviously won in Monza, right? That amazing race. The same day Liverpool humbled United in Monza. So yeah, I think, again, Ferrari can spoil it just because they're the quickest team, and they're gonna have a say. They're gonna hurt Lando more than Max, because they're gonna cap off how many points he can get. That's why I think Max will win.
Fair enough. I mean, look, there's gonna be a lot of twists and turns. Obviously, gonna be previewing F1. We're gonna be reviewing a lot of the races. So we're gonna be digging deep into the race and the aftermath of everything that's going on, because it's gonna be fun. This final few races is gonna be fun, and yeah, Ferrari definitely do have a say in the championship. If we can stay consistent, if we can win the next race, then Ferrari are probably within touching distance of the championship, because there's no way, that if Ferrari lose another race, or if they don't get into the podium for one races, it's over. I will say it's over. Ferrari need to be in the podium or win a race in the last four races, right? To even have a chance of winning it, and they definitely can. But McLaren could step it up now, because they know that they're at risk. They're under a lot of pressure. McLaren will definitely be back next season. Whether people disagree or not, McLaren will definitely be back next season. They'll definitely be there. They will definitely have a chance to win next year as well. That's what I think. They'll definitely have a chance to win next year. They will definitely be competing with Ferrari. I think Red Bull will be there as well. But we'll see. I mean, any final thoughts on the F1 before we close out this section?
I agree with you. I think next season will be a Ferrari McLaren showdown, which is pretty fun, because the two biggest franchises in F1 history, that's like the Celtics and Lakers. Going on to our next topic. So I think it'll be fun. And obviously you have Max, who is probably the best driver in F1, right? On form. In terms of ability, not form results. So yeah, we'll see. It should be fun, yeah.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's going to be us. That's going to be the F1 section. We're going to move on to the NBA to close it out. NBA started off great. I can't lie. As a Celtics fan, I can only speak on what we've done. Right, we've done great. 3-0 to start the season. Definitely be continuing that. So obviously, we beat the Knicks on opening night. We beat the Wizards away. We beat the Pistons away in a close battle, but we still got it done. So how have you seen this NBA season? How have you seen this? Man, yeah, Tatum is snapping, bro. He's definitely going for that MVP, bro. Tatum is going off. Sure. Do you know what? Tatum hasn't even played a fourth quarter yet this season. Until the Pistons game.
No way.
If Tatum had played the fourth quarter against the Wizards, he'd have dropped another 30-point piece. But guess what? We had to put him on the bench, because we didn't want to waste energy. But I was just gonna ask you, how's the NBA been for you this week? And have you enjoyed anything? Like, how are Dallas and Cleveland doing as of how it started?
Yeah, so obviously for me, for those of you who didn't watch the last stream, Ekman and I play NBA Fantasy.
We're in a league together.
Yeah, we've played it for the better part of a decade, and there's only been one winner every single time. 70 people, one winner, myself, of course, right? Nobody else has won. I have to add that in. I'm sorry, Ekman. But again, that allows me to see players individually. There have been a lot of surprises this week. I think, again, Celtics history, they're just going from strength to strength to strength. They are breaking records after records. Dude, you are hitting everything.
We were one shot away against the Knicks from breaking that NBA record. We had 6 fucking minutes and we couldn't even do it.
Yes, but
you know what? I don't care. I don't mind.
But what I would say is, opening week, looking at the opening week, I am more confident with my predictions than I was before. I think the Celtics look far and away the best team in the league. It's not even close. It's a bigger gap than we all thought. Like, usually people say, hey,
music's in my ears.
Exactly.
Music's in my ears.
It's more than music. It's an orchestra, Akavin. It's an orchestra. And the Celtics are commanding it. You look at teams like the Nuggets. What's happening?
Start off 0-2, but I think that's just a blip to start of the year. I think Jokic is still balling out. I think they'll get back into it. They'll go on a good run. I think they should get back into it.
But again, I think they've been a couple interesting surprises. You've had people like Tyrese Halliburton, who has not been as good as he has been. He's been very inefficient.
Missed 2 free throws as well, and against the Sixers. The Sixers to lose the Pacers the game, man. That's mad.
He's been pretty underwhelming. He's been playing like a role player, but he should be the superstar, not just
He-
of his team, but the
yeah.
conference.
I think Siakam is there to take over now for me, but I think Halliburton's still a crazy good
It
player.
should be his team. But I think we have to discuss the elephant in the room, Ekvin. You know what team I'm gonna mention. I
The
know you
Lakers.
asked about Cleveland and Dallas, but I think the Lakers have to be talked about before because
I'm not even gonna, because my team are doing it just as good or even better, right? But go on.
If you remember, I was laughed at last weekend for saying Lakers. I think they're gonna do really well in the play-in.
I agree, because if you look at the other teams in the West right now, there's no one other than the Lakers right now that can really do something.
Yeah. And again, early days, they seem to be the most well-conditioned. And new coach bounce, LeBron and AD are fit, right? Their legs aren't gone just yet, right? ADs will probably go towards the end of the season, like you said, Ekvin, and then they'll peter out. Then they maybe be a play-in team. Maybe they lose in the first or second round. But the in-season tournament is almost made for someone like the Lakers. So Lakers are looking really, really good. I think they just have to integrate their role players in, make sure they're in rhythm, take enough shots. People like Dalton connect, make them grow. We'll see what happens with Bronny. I know G League is where he's going to go, but who knows? He could be a valuable piece on both ends, a 3-and-D player. But Lakers have quality. Let's not dismiss them. But at the moment, I think looking at the league, this is the Boston Celtics to win.
This guy right here, I said LeBron wants to play all 82 games, and I heard that as well. I heard that quote. Man said he wants to play all 82 games. And I'm like, Bron, relax, bro. Your team is doing fine. I think I will say this though. The Celtics and the Lakers are the two best teams right now for me personally.
Yeah.
Right? And it's good to see, because that's the historic rivalry. That's how you want to restore it, right? I can't wait for when the two play, because I want to see the Celtics beat the Lakers. That's my favorite part, when the Celtics win against the Lakers. I always love that, right? But the Lakers are a good team this year. I will say this though, JJ Redick's coaching and his experience might be a factor if the Lakers go deep in the playoffs, because he has not been there before. I'm not saying JJ Redick cannot do it. He won't be able to do it. I'm saying he can, but experience is key. I know Joe Mazzulla's experience was key in the first year, because look what he did in the first year. Look at how many games we threw away. The second year, bosh. New team, bang. Won the championship. Joe Mazzulla done it in 2 seasons because we have a great team. The Lakers have a great team, but it's about LeBron and AD. Can they stay fit? Can LeBron be healthy? Because we've seen the Lakers have injury issues before. We've seen the Lakers throw away games, right? And it's the same players. They just added Dalton Connect, and they added They added Bronny James. That's all they've really done. Austin Reeves is a good player. D'Angelo Russell's a very good player. But the thing is, the Lakers need to prove that they can actually do it against teams on big nights. Like, for example, the Milwaukee Bucks. I know the Bucks have not been on a great form lately, and we face them tonight, right? But the Bucks are still a good team. The Bucks are still a massive team. I'm not going to take that away from the Bucks, right? The Sixers, they will be a good team. The Pacers will be a good team. The Celtics, that's the biggest test for anyone. The Nuggets will get back into it. I think the Nuggets will get back into it.
Surely.
Right? You also got Dallas, OKC. Can you do it against them? Because I still see Dallas and OKC finishing above the Lakers. I still see Dallas. I still think the West, because I still think the Lakers will finish fourth or fifth in the West. Because when teams start hitting form, I know it's early days, right? The Lakers, obviously, I'm not saying the Lakers are a bad team. People don't misquote me. Yeah, the Lakers are going to be a really, really good. They're going to be a threat. They're going to be a massive threat in the playoffs. They're going to be a massive threat in the season. And this is coming from a Celtics fan who doesn't like the Lakers. I'm admiring what JJ Redick's doing right now. I'm admiring what he's doing. He's actually come in and actually had a good start, just like Joe Mazzulla did 2 years ago. Yeah. Give it time, and I generally think the Lakers could be a threat.
Agreed.
Like, literally, give it time, but I still think that the season is still a long way to go, and that a lot of things could change. What are your thoughts on just everything as a whole? As what I was saying. What do you want to add on to anything?
No, I agree with you. I think with the Lakers, it'll be time. What I will say is if you look at the difference between Darvin Ham and JJ Redick, you know how we get the in mic. The good thing with the NBA is, for those who don't watch, we get to hear the coaches in the middle of the games. So we've actually heard snippets. So we heard Darvin Ham was the last coach, JJ Redick, most recent coach. There is an astronomical difference. Redick can relate to his players, like he does, and you can tell they really listen and they take his advice in deeply. So I think Redick actually has a hold and he has respect. That's one thing the Lakers haven't had, even with Frank Vogel to an extent, right? So with JJ Redick, he has the respect. They trust him. That's a good foundational block going on. And what I would say about the rest of the league is, yeah, I think Michael makes a very good point here. Yeah, it's not a bad comparison.
Michael, are you a Lakers fan? Let us know
Yeah.
who you support. Let us know who you support, mate.
But yeah, I think again, when it comes to individual awards, I think the MVP race, based on the opening few games, I think Luka, Jokic, I think those two are still the front runners. And I think everything that we said, I think we're not going to be arrogant. I'm not going to be arrogant. You know, last time I checked, we're not God, far from it. But our preview was not too bad. I think we said it all quite well there.
Oh, so pretty much your like Raptors is your the Raptors are your local team then, I guess. Yeah, that's fair. The Raptors are a decent team, you know. Toronto Raptors are a decent team.
Scotty Barnes, great player.
Oh, you're going to the Raptors? Hey, good. Hey, enjoy that, man. Really enjoy that, man. Honestly, trust me. Hopefully, it'll be a good atmosphere. If you run into shout out Navbatia super fan, yeah. If you run into him, say hello for me, yeah. Say hello for me, my G. You know what I'm saying? Because that guy is an absolute legend. Not just in the Toronto Raptors, but the NBA. He's a fan that, you know, for me, he's a role model to a lot of people. He's a perfect example of what a good fan should be for the team. And trust me, I love that guy. But yeah, going back to yeah, he's at every game, bro. But yeah, what were you saying? Continue, bro.
Oh no, I agree. I just want to add to what both of you are saying. Have fun, Michael. Have fun. We'd love to hear what you make of the game in our next stream as well. Because again, your comments have been very good, very intelligent. They've been keeping the stream going. So we
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, really. You're the only one that's commented so far, really. But you know, I appreciate you guys. You keeping us going. But go on, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I think tonight there's some good games. I think tonight's games will be very telling. Obviously, we have the big one, Boston versus Milwaukee. That'll be fun because, say what you want, Milwaukee have pedigree. We have Cleveland versus New York. That new New York team finally put up against a test. Nuggets Raptors will be fun. We have the Rockets versus Spurs again. Sengun, Van Vliet, Ime Udoka, Jalen Green, balling. Yeah, and
it's gonna be good fun.
Wemby's getting into it. You have the Mavs trying to come back from a pretty disappointing loss against Phoenix.
Suns to Lakers.
Yeah, so I mean, tonight will be fun. I think tonight will be very, very interesting.
Let's recap our teams though. How have you been happy with the Dallas and Cleveland so far? As of obviously, I'm happy with my Celtics. I've already given you my review, but as a Cleveland and Dallas fan, before we move on to the preview, what are your thoughts on how the season starts so far for you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think with Dallas, it's been very, very interesting. Kyrie has struggled to get into things so far. He has been quite inefficient. I'm not worried about that. Kyrie will eventually find rhythm, like the Nuggets, as you said. Luka's been great. Luka's been doing Luka things. I think he can do better. I know he's averaging like almost a 30-point triple-double again, but Luka can be more efficient. Clay is getting into rhythm. For the Mavs, I think I'm not worried. It's a good start. And when it comes to Cleveland, yeah, we've been getting some big wins. Beat the Raptors, blew them out. And Evan Mobley seems to be the star of the show. I'm not sure if you heard Ekavin, but Evan Mobley is set to be the key piece of Cleveland going forward. So to build a team around Evan Mobley, very interesting.
What about Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think they're both equal, but Kenny Atkinson, the head coach, is like Evan Mobley is the emphasis. We want him to be the guy, not just on defense, not just when it comes to protecting the rim, but also scoring the basket.
Spacing the floor.
Sure. So Yeah, I think again, Cleveland and Dallas. I'm not worried, but I'm excited because some fun basketball.
Wait, are Dallas undefeated as well?
No, we lost to Phoenix.
Lucky.
Uh, yeah, pretty bad loss, but I'm not worried because we're a better team than Phoenix.
No, I agree. I
By far.
think you're clear the Suns.
Yeah.
Let's preview tonight's games and so on and so forth. Obviously Celtics Bucks. I'm going with the Celtics to win at home. We should be winning in front of our fans.
I
The
smell
Bucks,
a blood.
the Bucks yesterday. I'm not going to underestimate the Bucks, right? But yesterday they lost embarrassingly to the Brooklyn Nets at away, right? That should not have been that. I don't know how you lost to Brooklyn away, but it'll be a tough game still in Boston. I still think Celtics will win though.
Yeah, I have Celtics. I actually have a blowout for them. I think at the
I hope
moment,
so.
confidence, capability, Celtics are one of the best teams in NBA history.
I know we had a tough game against the Detroit Pistons and we let them back into the game last game, but like I think it was just like a test. I think we just let it slip a little bit. I think we put our foot up the gas too much and we just let them back into the game. But we clutched up. Drew Holiday's clutch, man. I love this guy, man. What a player! And Derek White with a crucial block at the end to get us the win against the Detroit Pistons. Obviously, I don't like scraping wins against these teams, but look, you find a way to win. You find a way to win. And I'm happy we're 3-0. But yeah, I back my team. Moving on. Are your teams playing tonight? Cleveland, New York, and Mavericks, are they playing as well?
Both of them play. What I want to say
Go
is
on.
Holiday and Derek White, I think, are some of the best two-way guards in NBA history.
They're the best guard duo in the NBA right
now.
Yeah,
but I'm saying in NBA history, maybe the best two-way guard pairing ever.
Possible.
That's saying something. So that's why I would say one here. 2, Cleveland play New York, and Dallas play Utah. I think pretty sure Dallas is going to win.
Dallas win that one. Away or home? Away or home. Well, regardless,
I think at the AA. So in Dallas.
Okay, you'll win that one. And
so
Cleveland away in New York or at home to New York?
I think at the MSG, although been a lot of action at the MSG lately, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let me have a look for you right now. Because I might change my prediction. We'll see. It depends on where it is. It is an MSG. I don't know. I think Knicks win. I think Knicks win slight. I think Knicks win by not very much.
I haven't seen a Knicks game yet. I'm not sure how
they beat. I think they've already won a game, but you know what? I won't be surprised if Cleveland wins. I hope Cleveland win. I want Cleveland to do well. I like them. They have a really good young team. I'm not really. I don't like the Knicks. I'm not really like a fan of the Knicks, but I think the Knicks are a good team. But I like what Cleveland are doing.
Well, what I would say is I think the Big Four is popping off. They're all in good rhythm. I think they'll continue that tonight. I think they'll get the win at the MSG. And then obviously Mavs. I think Mavs should comfortably blow out.
Comfortably.
Maybe even in 3 quarters. I hope Luka gets a 30-point triple-double. Clay gets threes.
How's Clay been doing so far? Are you happy with him so far? Everything's been okay with Clay?
He broke the record of most 3-pointers in a Dallas debut.
Really?
So he's playing. I mean, he's finding his form.
So he did more than Dirk. He did more than Dirk, Luka.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So yeah, I mean,
you also had massive players back in the Jason Kidd as well. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, he broke the record for. But you know what? I'm not even surprised. He's one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. Like, he's probably one of the greatest shooters of all time, especially you've seen with the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry and him at the Warriors. But yeah, he ain't surprised by that.
Oh, speaking of Steph, did you see what happened to him yesterday?
Steph Curry? No, what happened to him?
He got injured. And he's out for an indefinite period.
Oh, yikes. So
what I would say here is...
So the Warriors are...
Yeah, I think for Steph, he's very injury prone in the regular season, especially recently. It really doesn't look good for Golden State. If they do not make trades, I don't know what their cap stuff is.
They shouldn't have let Clay go, in my opinion. They should not have let Clay go, man. They really shouldn't have let Klay Thompson go, because I think that's going to lose a massive experienced player in the team.
Unless they're making a move for someone like Giannis in the offseason. I don't even know when his contract is up.
No, I think he just renewed last season or something. I'm not sure. I think he just renewed last year, so I don't think he'll go anywhere soon. I don't think Giannis leaves the Bucks anytime soon. He's the franchise player. They've given him the keys. Yeah, I hear that. I go and say I've already said this in my preview. Michael, if you want to go check that out, you can go check it out. I said this. Yeah, I said that Golden State without Stephen Curry looked like a bang average team, and that's what a lot of people say, and I genuinely think, yeah, if you have Steph Curry, right, the Warriors look good because they look good because this guy he's dropping big numbers on one given night, right? On any given night, he's going to drop you big numbers.
Yes.
But the Warriors as a unit, as a team, without Steph Curry, I fear for them. Genuinely, I fear for them. But
I think they're a lottery team.
they are a lottery team. But what are your thoughts, bro? Continue what you're saying, bro.
No, I agree. I think Michael makes a very good point here. I think if Steph is fit, they're a playing team. But if he's not fit, they're a lottery team. They'll be joining the Pistons in the draft. Sorry to Piston fans, you were just the first team I thought of when I think about the draft.
I think the Pistons might end up with the 5th overall pick or something. I'm not so sure, but regardless, yeah. But let's preview tonight's games anyways before we move on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me just bring them up. So we got Magic Pacers. I'm gonna go with the Magic at home.
I agree. I think something's happening to Indiana. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look good.
Hawks Wizards. I'm going with the Hawks. You know what though? I will say this: the Wizards, right? Early on in the game that day against the Celtics, Jordan Poole was splashing. He was splashing, and Kuzma looks like a tough player. So what I will say is the Wizards will give them a game, but I think Hawks come out with a win. Celtics Bucks. I'm going with the Celtics to win.
Yeah, I think
Hawks Wizards. What are you saying?
Yeah, I mean Wizards got Valanciunas as well, the center.
Yeah. Yep.
He's a very good rebounder, and scorer, and very dominant in the paint when it comes to protection. But I do think the Hawks will win. I think people like Dyson Daniels, improbable players, but they're bringing in good contributions. And then Bucks Celtics, like I said, I'll just reaffirm, Celtics blowout.
Heat Pistons. I'm going with the Heat to win. Close one.
No, I think the Pistons will win.
In Miami?
I actually do, yes, because I think that Cade Cunningham, Jalen Durant, and Jaden Ivey have
they
been
look tough, man. They look tough. They actually look tough. I can't lie. They gave us Celtics a good game down the stretch.
Exactly.
They gave us a good game. And credit to the Pistons. We shouldn't have given them a game like that, but credit to them. Credit where it's due. They were knocking down threes. Don't forget Malik Beasley as well. He was there.
True.
Malik Beasley was there too. So he was hitting shots. Next Cavs. What are your thoughts? I'm going with the. I think the Knicks, man. I don't know why. I just think the Knicks will win this one.
This, I think, in terms of pure ability, this is the best game tonight because, again, I'm saying this from an outside perspective. I think Boston are going to blow out Milwaukee.
I hope so.
I think for sure. I think Cleveland will edge it, but it wouldn't surprise me either way. Hang on a minute, I don't want to interrupt. Have we got confirmation on the Ballon d'Or? I think we have.
No, I have not seen it.
No? Okay. Sorry, I got a notification. That's why. Sorry to interrupt.
No, I've not seen it. It's all right, bro. No worries. Continue, bro.
Cool. So, I think that Cleveland will edge it, but it'll be tight.
Cleveland. Okay. Cool. Raptors Nuggets. I'm going with the Nuggets to win. Sorry, Michael. I know you're a Raptors fan, but I think the Nuggets win tonight.
Hey, Michael, you're lucky there are two people on this panel because one of them is going to side with you. That's me. I think Nuggets in a bit of disarray. Scotty Barnes is in good form. I think RJ Barrett will be fit. I think he'll play tonight. So it's looking good for you.
Yeah, it is. You going with the Raptors? Oh, he's 100% Nuggets winning. Fair enough. Okay. Grizzlies Bulls. This is interesting because the Bulls don't forget Lonzo Ball is back.
True.
He's back, man. I feel happy for him, man. The guy's been out for a long time, and the guy was balling out for the Bulls, man. I feel happy for him. But the Grizzlies at home against the Bulls. What do you say? I'm going with the Grizzlies win, like a very very tight game. Grizzlies win this one. What do you think?
I agree. I think Grizzlies have been quite, again, their players have been quite solid recently. People like Santi Aldama, very unlikely contributions, but very efficient. Grizzlies.
Excuse me.
It
Spurs
is,
Rock.
for everyone watching, do not blame Hekavin. It's 4 a.m. where we're at.
This is my fourth stream now. I think my third stream now in a row. And yeah, I've been on this chair for a long time, man. I was on Northside stream earlier. Big up Northside every time. I was on Flawless stream on the Mandem United Talk. Go check those shows out. The 10 Out show and stuff like that. I was gonna go on Shik's show. Big up Shik and subscribe to them. Subscribe to all of them. I was gonna go on Shik's show, but obviously I had my show. Big up Shik every time though. I always loved my pal right there. I love to everyone else that had me on their shows today. Make sure you go and check those shows out. Subscribe to them. Subscribe to myself as well. Show everyone else some love as well. Obviously, in the YouTube community, we all here putting content out for you guys. So you always show some love to people. Let's go back and continue. Spurs Rockets. I'm going with Spurs home win. I think Wemby balls out tonight. I think Spurs scrape the win at home.
Could do, but I just think that the Rockets are going to explode. And Wemby has been quite inefficient. People like Steven Castle. I think, by the way, everyone should look out for Steven Castle. He's, I think, 6'8". He's a 6'8" guard for San Antonio. He's very good on both ends. He can distribute the ball. He can score. It's going to take time for him to integrate, but watch out for Steven Castle. And I think for that...
No, I've not seen it, Michael. What happened exactly? Can you explain what happened exactly?
Yeah, please do, because...
Big ups to you, bro. You've been actually keeping us going right. Really, you've actually been chatting to us, and actually, thank you so much, bro. Like, real talk.
Because Dylan Brooks is like half Wemby size, isn't he? So yeah, I got the Rockets.
Fair enough. Dallas, Utah. We already have Dallas. Come on, let Dallas win that one.
Let's go.
I will save this game for the last though. I was gonna go in order, but I'll go with this one first. I'll go with the Sacramento Kings against the Blazers. Kings win. I think Kings win at home. Light the beam. Sure. Light the beam. You know what I'm saying?
Light it up.
Like the Kings have one of the best fans in the league, by the way. If you know, you know. If you know, you don't know already. Go and watch a Kings game. They have the best fans in the league. I'm a Celtics fan, and the Celtics have the loudest fans in the league, the most passionate fans in the league, most loyal fans. Yeah, but Sacramento Kings are like really true supporters. I can't lie. Last but not least, Suns against Lakers in Arizona. You think the Lakers get 4 in a row?
I do, yes. I think it'll be 4 in a row. Such good rhythm. AD maybe is the best player in the league at the moment.
I think the Suns win this one. Because it's at home. It's in Phoenix. I know Suns lost it. I know Suns lost that day. But KD was on fire. He was on smoke. KD was hitting them threes. KD was knocking them down, bro. Real talk. And Booker and Beal as well. Yeah. Suns are good. But I think you know what? I don't know, man. I think actually, you know what? I think Lakers win this one. I don't know. I think it'll be a close battle. It could go either way, honestly. It generally could go either way. Cause I think the Lakers have a good team. The Lakers have a decent team. I think that they're a solid team overall. But yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be it for the NBA. Obviously, we have not we've not done much about predictions for the week, but we're just gonna preview games for tonight. If you'd like, we can preview games for the rest of the week if you want, but really and truly, we don't really have much time left. Obviously, we gotta go to sleep because we got NBA in the morning. We gotta wake up for the NBA.
Is there any major sporting event happening this week that we
There
haven't?
is. I can't say that. F1, Premier League, Carabao Cup. Oh, let's preview the United Carabao Cup. Let's preview Carabao. Let's preview Carabao Cup game.
Yeah, I think
before we close out, let's just say this: Wemby Brooks were tied up in a ball and it got through. Oh,
cool, interesting.
bro, Dylan Brooks gets into a fight. Dylan Brooks literally gets into a fight with anyone, bro. I swear down, like real talk, yeah. And big up my New England Patriots beating the New York Jets last night. Big up my New England Patriots, you know. And oh yeah, World Series. Baseball. What do you think?
Okay.
What do you think? Baseball, World Series. I'm going with the Dodgers to win the whole thing. They're up 2-0 right now. Obviously, I'm a Red Sox fan, so I can't have the Yankees win it. What do you think?
I can't say I've been watching it recently. I've seen clips on.
We're just giving our predictions. I've not watched baseball.
So yeah,
I've not watched baseball.
For the sake of being a contrarian, I'm gonna pick the Yankees because it would be nice. They haven't won it in a while. I know the Dodgers won it quite recently as well here.
I'm going with the Dodgers to win.
I'm going with the Yankees.
Fair enough. Let's predict Carabao. Let's just go through this. Yeah, Carabao Cup. You also got AC Milan, Napoli. That's a good game. AC Milan. Let's go. Forza Milan. You know what I'm saying? Forza Milan. DFB Pokal. Wolfsburg versus Dortmund. Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be a good game. Let's go Carabao Cup. Let's preview Stoke City, Southampton. I'm gonna go with Southampton to win at home.
Sure.
Brentford, Sheffield. Brentford win at home.
Surely.
Brighton, Liverpool. Liverpool
Brighton.
win. Liverpool.
No, Brighton at home.
I think Liverpool take this seriously. Villa, Palace. I'm going with Villa.
Yeah, I'll go Villa.
United, Leicester. United. Come on, new manager bounce. We got it. We have to do this. Come on.
I think this will be 3-4, maybe 3-4, something good.
United win. Comfy 3-4 now.
Very comfortably.
Newcastle, Chelsea. That's a good game. I've got to ask Jan for his predictions. But I think Chelsea win. Chelsea rotate easy. I think Chelsea win.
If Newcastle lose, is Eddie Howe at risk?
Possibly. But let's just speak on Newcastle for a bit, yeah. Why is Eddie Howe, not under any amount of pressure whatsoever? You're going into a club with the most money in world football and your fans are not even demanding anything? Like, what was the point of even getting that guy out, Mike Ashley out? What's the point of getting him out and bringing in these owners and not even demanding for the best? They're way too relaxed, man. Newcastle.
No. I think that's a bit of an overstatement because Newcastle have leaps and bounds. They've increased so much. They went from relegation fodder to a Champions League team.
I understand, but how many years has it been since Newcastle owners took over?
A long time, it feels.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they need to start demanding more now because they're the richest team in the world football. They can easily go get a top manager, throw money at the best players, and get a squad, man. Literally, if Newcastle want to be serious, they can easily do it.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Chelsea to win on pens.
I agree. Yeah.
Chelsea on pens. Preston, Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal win this one. Arsenal wins one away in Preston.
Surely.
Spurs, City. At Spurs.
Yeah.
I'm going with Spurs.
I have a strong feeling Tottenham will do it because I think they'll take it more seriously.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tottenham do it.
But if City take it seriously, I think they'll nick it, maybe on pens.
Possibly, but I think Spurs win it just for the sake of the fact that it's at home, and I think you know what, Ange is capable enough of getting Spurs a win.
They should win the Carabao Cup. Spurs. That should be their aim as well. Literally,
the Europa League should be their aim too, man. And obviously, let me see if there are any other games to watch. Not really final Ajax. Not really fans of the Eredivisie, unfortunately.
And I'm sure you'll be doing a weekend preview. You said United Chelsea. You'll be doing a preview.
Let's do Cristiano Ronaldo's predictions. Al Nassr versus Al Nassr versus what's this? This is a joke. Al Tawun. I'm going Al Nassr to win in the King's Cup at home. Cristiano to bag.
Sure, I agree. We'll have faith in Cristiano. We have the MLS.
Viva
I guess.
Ronaldo. Hold that Tanag, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, we have the MLS, to be fair. MLS playoffs, right?
Yeah, nah. I'm not predicting that. Sorry, bro.
Who do you think's going to win the whole MLS playoffs? I'm picking Inter Miami.
I think Inter Miami win the whole thing. Yeah. Sure. But don't be surprised if they face up like Philadelphia Flyers or something like that. I don't know who else.
Didn't Messi like humble your Revs the other day?
My Revs aren't very good, bro. They ain't very good, bro. They were good at some point 2 years ago, but yeah, they've gotten so much worse, man. They've let go of too many players. Yeah, everything's not getting better. But yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully, any final thoughts on the show? Any thoughts on sports or anything before we close out? You know what I'm saying?
No, I think just follow this account on all social medias. AN Sports. You get content like you're just seeing here, almost every sport. So, you don't get any place like this that's unfiltered and also that's not funded by certain fragments of clubs or big organizations. So, AN Sports is a good place. And also, if you interact in the chat, you can be part of the show.
And Michael, right? shout out to you, my guy. Real talk. Shout out to you, man. Like big up to you for really giving us a good discussion today, man. Like you really got us going, man. Much love to you. Hopefully you tune in again next time. Subscribe, share, and all that good stuff as well. People, that's gonna be us for today. Obviously, it's a happy stream, happy days. We need to talk about the United result because the best result is getting this fucking fraud of a manager sacked. He's done. He's done out here, fam. You feel me? He's done out here. Yeah. People, that's been us for today. Like, share, subscribe. I've been on at least nearly 5 hours of shows today. I was on Northside show earlier, so go check that one out. The Tenagout show, the Mendham United pod on Sarcasm City TV. Please check them out. Please show Flawless Northside some love. Show myself and show some love to this channel as well. Hit the like, subscribe. There's 27 of you watching. You guys head over to the YouTube, click the link. Please hit the subscribe button. Get me to 100 soon. Obviously, you'll be seeing more of Augustia, myself. Maybe Michael might pop on the channel soon as well. We'll see more of King. Jan will be back. You'll see more panelists. We might be doing a United Chelsea preview this week as well with a few more panelists as well. So people, if you want to check that out, do let me know. Obviously, any more streams you'd like to see, anyone wants to do a show with me, please send me a message, send me an email. My email will be in the description or in the info of the channel, the bio of the channel. But yeah, people, for the final time, we'll ever be saying this: Ten Hag out. Latest, people.